So glad you've joined us for Good Morning Gainesville, and we are especially glad to be outside finally. We have waited 6 months for the weather to cooperate, and what a beautiful, perfect morning to be here. And joining me now is someone who is very familiar with the Gainesville Square and all that is happening here, Joe Burnett, the director for Main Street Gainesville. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you.
Glad to be back out here on the Wednesday.
Yeah, it's great out here. Joe, wanted you to come on today just to kind of give us an update. We've been in many of the businesses in the last few months. They've been so gracious to host us on the cold mornings, but we have some new businesses that have recently popped up on the square.
Yeah, and we're thankful for those, especially in the times in which we live. And I just wanted to, briefly go over some of them. Some of them are not, especially brand new. For example, Monkey Barrel is back open with, in my opinion, and many others, the best, whole wheat pizza crust.
And the original owner, I guess we could say.
The original owner is back, and he's done some major renovation, and he's back up and running for lunch and dinner, so come and check it out. One of the things that we have downtown going for us as an anchor is Christopher's Bridal, which is right across the street. And there are a number of businesses that have come in around him to kind of supplement that bridal business. And one of the new businesses is a business called Occasions by John and Troy. And they provide not only floral arrangements and decorating service, but they also carry a line of fine art, represent some local artists in their business, and are really making a big difference on that block of Bradford Street.
I would say one of the things that happens to me now is that I drive down Bradford, and I've gotten really bad about looking both ways to look in the store windows, and well, that's not a very wide street, so you probably shouldn't do that.
Well, that's right. Be careful. Seems like we are attracting a lot of pizza restaurants, and that's good.
Pizza's good.
Pizza's good, especially in this time. You can make, some money off of that. And one of the new ones is Elma's Italian Kitchen right behind you on Bradford Street. Jerry Emmett retired, and he and his brother have gone in and opened that up and are doing very well. Got another pizza restaurant coming in right behind me called Atlas Pizza, and those guys not only are bringing their business downtown, but like 2 or 3 others already are doing, they're actually living in the building on the second floor. And so they're already living there as they renovate the first floor for their business, which will open here in a month or 2.
They really can go downstairs and get pizza in the middle of the night, can't
exactly. They? Absolutely. Any day. So, and then another business that we've been able to attract downtown that's been in business here in Gainesville for the last 5 years is a business called Rahab's Rope. And an interesting story there, it's really a ministry that the owners, David and Vicky Moore, founded in India 5 or 6 years ago, taking women off the street and then teaching them a craft. And then they set up a retail store here in Gainesville to sell the crafts and then plow the money back into the ministry in India. So you can really be a part of a good ministry there in India by supporting Rahab's Rope, which is located here on the square just down from Jim Jewelry. One of our other businesses, Princeton Salon and Spa, has taken the opportunity to expand into the space next to them here on Washington Street, in the building that they own, and they're going to expand their spa business, not their spa business, but their salon business, by forming their own cosmetology school. So they'll train their technicians right in the same building. And then Scott's on the Square is going to provide food service with a small little cafe in the front of the building for the clients there in the spa.
So we really literally have something going on every single part of the square as we think of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then to supplement all that, as Danny was talking about, we're going to have soon a 420-car parking deck to help provide parking for all these new businesses.
I drive around the square at night, and I see the square is full. There are cars here. There are things going on. The businesses, the restaurants are certainly open in the evening, so there's a lot going on there. And we do have some empty storefronts, but we are in very difficult times. And you and I were talking earlier about how difficult it is to get a small business loan now compared to a few years ago.
Well,
what's
and
going
that's
on?
part of what we do. We work, if we get the opportunity, we try to get the property owners to refer their potential tenants to us, and if they're having difficulty finding money, which most small business people, especially startups, are having trouble, then we can put them in touch with a couple of micro lenders that specialize in making loans to startup businesses. They recognize the difficulty they have, and they have sources of money that they can provide to them.
And what Danny and I talked about, because I told him you were coming on the show, about the best thing we can do for these businesses is to shop in their stores.
Absolutely. We can remember after 9/11, that was one of the things that President Bush encouraged people to do. Get out, don't stay hunkered down, get out and shop, go about your business. And in these difficult times, these mom and pop businesses, all businesses for that matter, depend upon you coming in and buying what they have to sell, and to make a living, to provide for their family. Plus, that 60-some% of that money stays in this community versus chain stores, where only 30-some% actually stays in the community. So that helps provide jobs for other people, turns over many, many times in the community. So. And
you mentioned some businesses that I have not been in yet, so I certainly want to take the time to go there. Before you leave today, what's coming up for Main Street Gainesville? You just finished Blue Sky Concerts, except for a rain date or so, a real nice event again this year.
Right, and then we had to reschedule our bike race from March, which got rained out, to July 18th. So we've expanded that event into what we're calling Bikes and Bands Weekend. We'll not only have a very nice 300 to 400 bike field for a downtown criterium, which will take place at night, but we'll have a kids zone here on the square starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we're going to have 4 or 5 bands playing on Main Street on the main stage, and we'll have outdoor dining provided by Scott's Restaurant. So we're looking forward to that expansion of that event, and hopefully everybody will come out to take part in it.
Just another great opportunity to come to downtown Gainesville. Well, Joe, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
If there's any information that you'd like to know about downtown Gainesville, if you're interested in a business, I should mention, maybe starting up a business, you can certainly call Joe and talk to him about how they might be able to help you. And that number at Main Street is 770-297-1141.